And if you can't get into real life, might not this be the next best thing? And you get in there and you just want to try to help people and you want to get to the top of the mountain. They call it a pilgrimage, and where do you start walking through? A desert. Desert. Well, what's interesting to me is that talk is taken away and there's a silence. And the other thing that's interesting to me is that this is art. They talk about the artistry of the sets and all that. This has to be therapy. Do you realize that? And what I would do then is I would start investigating computer-mediated therapy. This is one particular example of it, but think of how great it would be to log into a computer program that asks the right questions and you can just talk to it. Or you could reveal things to it that you could never to your friends or therapists or whatever, because guess what? As soon as they know that, they have a card to play against you, don't they? Or it might be tremendously embarrassing. But if you have to talk to somebody, some sort of computer-mediated sync like this might work. Now, this might explain why people spend so much money on pets, because one thing pets do is they get friendly with you, the furry ones that wag their tails and that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. And you can start forming an emotional bond that you are lacking in real life, and the pets never talk back to you. And they never challenge your decisions. But they will always love you, as long as you give them food, but that's cheap enough, right? And you know, and think of how easy it is to get a pet. You go buy one. You don't have to make one. You don't have to raise one. You don't have to, well, I guess you would raise a puppy, but it's not, they don't ever talk back. They don't ever turn into someone that wants to leave your home. And think about someone that is actually developing a computer software they can interact with, like the chat box. Have any of you ever heard of a chat box? Sophie, it's a computer you type in. I think you can still